Phew. Okay, are we recording? All right, so, sometimes we get these stories, and they sound like just another celebrity clash, right?
Right.
But then you dig a little deeper and you realize there's like a whole other story going on beneath the
Oh,
surface.
yeah, absolutely. This one in particular.
This is one of those.
Yeah, this is a deep one.
So today we're diving into the whole Diddy and 50 Cent saga.
Yeah, a feud for the ages, almost 20 years in the making,
Seriously, almost 20 years these two have been at it.
at least.
And we're going to unpack all of it based on this recent article from People magazine.
Yeah, they did a deep dive and unearthed a lot of stuff. I mean,
That's a lot.
yeah, so if you're even casually familiar with these two, again, it goes way beyond just diss tracks.
Oh, yeah, we're talking business battles, some
Yeah.
serious accusations.
Like deeply personal stuff.
Yeah, and it gets kind of dark.
Definitely not your average celebrity feud.
Okay, so to understand this whole thing, we got to rewind back to the 90s.
Okay.
Diddy, 50 Cent, both blowing up in the music scene,
Huge.
both at the top of their game.
Exactly.
Now get this, Diddy actually had 50 Cent ghostwriting for him back in the day.
Which is wild when you think about how things panned out.
Right, you'd think there'd be like some bonding experience, like we came up together kind of thing.
You would think so, but not quite.
Yeah, 50 Cent has said it wasn't a friendship at all, more like a wary colleague situation.
Yeah, he's described Diddy as being all business, maybe even taking credit where it wasn't really due.
Interesting.
So yeah, not exactly the best foundation for a friendship.
Which makes you wonder how much of that early dynamic played into everything that came after.
Because, oh boy, did things escalate.
They did. 2006, 50 Cent drops this track, The Bomb, and it's like lighting the fuse on this whole feud.
And the thing is, this wasn't just some standard diss track.
It was a direct shot.
Yeah, he went straight for the jugular.
Okay, so are you ready for this? This is the lyric that blew everything wide open, and it's about Biggie Smalls' murder.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here's the line. Who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get him. They gonna kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that end. I mean, talk about dropping a bombshell.
Right.
Like accusing someone of knowing who killed Biggie Smalls. That's huge.
And Diddy has always denied any involvement in Biggie's death, obviously.
Of course, but that accusation, it hung over everything.
Yeah, it cast a shadow over their entire relationship from that point on.
Absolutely, and then you add in the whole vodka wars thing.
Oh yeah, the vodka war.
Like they took brand rivalry to a whole other level.
Okay, so fast forward to the 2010s, both Diddy and 50 Cent are now major players in the liquor industry.
Each with their own vodka brand.
Right, they're going head to head.
And 50 Cent's commentary during all of this was brutal.
Brutal is an understatement.
Like, he wasn't just trying to outsell Diddy. He was using every opportunity to, like, dismantle his image.
Undermine him at every turn.
Yeah, it got really personal really fast.
And this is where it gets interesting, because even with all the vodka stuff going on, 50 Cent kept hinting at this deeper unease with Diddy.
Like, it went beyond just business or music.
Right, like some deeper distrust.
Exactly. And there's this incident from 2007 that 50 Cent has brought up a lot over the years.
The shopping incident.
Yeah, apparently Diddy offered to take 50 Cent shopping, which on the surface sounds harmless enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's Diddy being Diddy, right?
Right. But 50 has said it gave him a weird vibe, make
Yeah.
him uncomfortable, and he keeps bringing it up.
Almost like it confirms something he already suspected about Diddy.
Exactly.
And that's what makes this feud so fascinating. It's like there's this whole other layer of tension that we're only now starting to understand.
Yeah, like there's what we see publicly, and then there's whatever's going on behind the scenes.
Okay, so in 2018, things get even weirder.
This is where the plot thickens.
We have Diddy on a radio show practically begging 50 Cent to be his friend.
Seriously, he was laying it on thick.
He even joked about teaching 50 Cent all his money-making secrets.
Like, come on, Diddy, we're not buying it.
Right, so was he serious, or was it all just a calculated PR move?
It makes you wonder, because it seems to totally contradict everything 50 Cent was saying about feeling uneasy around Diddy.
Right, it's like they're operating on two totally different wavelengths.
Absolutely, and that's where we're going to leave it for now, because trust me, things get even more complicated from here.
Oh yeah, we're just getting started, folks. Stay tuned, because this deep dive into Diddy and 50 Cent is about to take a whole other turn.
Buckle up.
You've been warned. So where were we? Oh yeah, things were getting weird.
Yeah, that whole radio thing.
Diddy trying to be best buds with 50.
Right, like it never happened.
Exactly, and then bam, 2023 hits and everything explodes.
Things went from 0 to 100 real quick.
No kidding. First you have Cassie, Diddy's ex.
Successful singer in her own right.
Right, super talented. She files this lawsuit against him, and it's heavy stuff.
Really serious accusation.
Yeah, we're talking rape assault. And then It's intense. And then on top of that, you've got the Homeland Security raid on Diddy's homes.
Like, what is going on?
Right. It's like everything's coming undone.
And through all of this 50 Cent's commentary, it takes on a different tone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Way less playful.
Definitely more serious, less about the jabs, more like, I told you so.
It's like that moment when everything 50 had been hinting at suddenly starts to feel a lot more real.
Exactly. And then that CNN video surfaces.
The one allegedly showing Diddy assaulting Cassie.
Right. And that's when 50 goes public with the documentary.
The one he'd been working on about Diddy?
Yeah, and it's clear this is not just some diss track anymore.
Oh, no. This is serious business.
He's talking about giving a voice to the voiceless, shining a light on some dark stuff.
Powerful stuff, for sure. It makes you think, is he stepping up as an advocate? Is it about settling a score? Or is it both?
I mean, it's probably a bit of both,
I mean,
right?
gotta be. It's such a layered situation.
And it gets even more complex when you remember the allegations about Diddy's parties.
Oh, yeah. Those weren't your typical Hollywood get-togethers.
Not even close. Lawsuits describe some seriously messed up stuff happening at these things.
And this is where those gut feelings 50 talked about come into play.
He always said he never went to those parties.
Always sensed something off about them.
Uncomfortable energy, he called it.
Right. And it makes
Yeah.
you wonder, what was he picking up on?
I think it says a lot about the music industry in general.
Oh, totally.
Like, it's this world where knowing the right people, being seen at the right events, it can make or break your career.
And there's Diddy at the center of it all.
Right. Hosting these parties that everyone feels like they have to be at.
Even if something feels off about it.
Exactly. And 50, it seems like he drew a line.
He wasn't going to play that game, even if it meant missing out.
Maybe even jeopardizing his own standing.
Which takes guts, honestly.
For sure. So yeah, you've got Diddy cultivating this image of extravagance.
But then there's this other side.
The 150 Cent keeps talking about.
The one that makes you question everything.
Right. And that's what this documentary is forcing us to confront.
Are celebrity feuds ever really what they seem?
Especially with these kinds of allegations.
It makes you think, what's been going on behind closed doors all this time?
And whose version of the story are we buying into?
So we started with this seemingly simple question, right? What's the deal with Diddy and 50?
Yeah.
But wow, it's like we went down this rabbit hole.
A rabbit hole 20 years in the making.
Seriously, and it goes way beyond just a music rivalry or some vodka ad campaign.
It really gets at those bigger issues.
Yeah.
You know, power, accountability.
Who gets to control the narrative?
Exactly. And 50 Cent, he's positioned himself as someone who'll say what he thinks no matter what.
Consequences be damned.
Right. And whether you agree with his tactics or not, he's definitely brought a lot to light here.
No doubt. And I think it makes you consider the weight of fame, that responsibility that comes with having a platform.
And what happens when serious accusations get tangled up with someone's carefully crafted image.
Because that's what's happening here. And it's something to think about even beyond this particular feud.
Absolutely. It's a reminder to question everything you see and hear.
Especially when it comes to celebrities.
Right. Who's controlling the narrative? Who benefits from the story being told?
And whose voices are being silenced in the process?
Yeah.
Exactly. Those are the questions we should all be asking. It's so easy to get caught up in the headlines, the gossip, the whole celebrity spectacle.
Oh, totally.
But we can't forget there are real people involved, real lives impacted by all of this.
And sometimes the truth is a lot more complicated than what we see on the surface.
This whole deep dive into Diddy and 50, it just proves that sometimes those deepest conflicts, those are the ones hidden in plain sight.
It's like they say, sometimes reality is stranger than fiction.
And a lot more thought-provoking.
For sure.
Well, that's it for this deep dive. I hope you all learned something new, maybe questioned a few things.
Yeah, it's healthy to challenge our assumptions.
Keeps us on our toes. But for now, we gotta wrap it up.
Until next time.
Stay curious, everyone, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive into a whole new world.